Are you considering a penile implant and wonder how sex feels? The answer lies ahead. Hello everyone, I'm Jonathan Clavell, urologist and penile implant specialist in Houston, Texas. I see men with erectile dysfunction that would benefit from a penile implant, and some of the most common questions that every patient has are, how will sex feel with an implant? Will I still be aroused? Will I be able to ejaculate? What will my partner feel? Today we will focus on just that. Let's talk about what happens with and during sex when you have a penile implant. A penile implant is a medical device that gives a man the ability to gain and maintain an erection. Therefore, expect an implant to help, the erection. But what about everything else? The way I explain this to my patients is the following. When a man wants to have sex or gets aroused, there's 5 main things that happen. Number 1, you get an erection. The penis gets hard enough for penetration. Number 2, you get blood flow to the head of the penis. The glands engorges and gets more sensitive. Number 3, you get sensation. You like what you're experiencing during the sexual activity. Number 4, you get the orgasm. That's when we reach climax or peak of sexual excitement. Even though there are multiple pathways involved in the orgasm, believe it or not, this is something that is mostly experienced at the level of your brain. Number 5, last but not least, you ejaculate. The semen fluid comes out. Believe it or not, all these 5 things are different and work through different mechanisms. Yet with an implant, we are only fixing one. The implant helps with the erection, but not necessarily with everything else. But please do not get discouraged. The same way that the implant will not add sensation, orgasm, glands engorgement, or ejaculation, it should not take it away either. A man can have an orgasm without an erection and can have an orgasm without ejaculation. The head of the penis can engorge without the erection. The blood flow that goes into the glands is different than the blood flow that goes into the shaft. An inflatable penile prosthesis will give a man a hard erection but will not bring blood flow to the glands. It will not engorge the head. It will not add sensation. It will not necessarily help or affect the orgasm or help a man ejaculate more. All these other things depend on the man and not the implant. Therefore, if you have good sensation, are able to reach orgasm, able to ejaculate, and able to feel aroused, rest assured, with the implant, all those other things should still be there. With the implant, the penis may still feel warm, the urethra and the glands may still engorge, and make it look very natural. As I mentioned before, the blood flow going to the urethra and the glands is different. However, as stated before, these mechanisms depend on the individual and are not guaranteed to improve after implant surgery. But don't get concerned. These are things that you can check and assess even prior to getting surgery. How so? Ask yourself. Even if you have erectile dysfunction, are you able to reach orgasm if and when you masturbate or with other forms of sex that do not involve intercourse like oral sex? If you now struggle to reach an orgasm or have decreased sensation, do not expect for those things to necessarily improve after the implant is placed. That said, sometimes, but again, sometimes and not always, they can improve because if you are more aroused, you might have better stimulation and therefore be able to reach orgasm better. But again, this is not guaranteed. Some men with implants even say, "Doc, I sometimes feel like if the penis wants to get hard even when the implant deflated." Why? Because we are not removing all the erectile tissue. To be honest, we're not removing anything. We're just inserting a device, not removing, that allows a man with erectile dysfunction to have a strong erection. Still don't believe me? Here's some quotes that came directly from some of my patients and their partners. I asked several of my patients, how does sex feel with an implant? And these were some of the answers that I received. Sex feels like I'm 18 years old again. Sex feels better because I'm not worrying about losing my erection anymore. It feels very satisfying. It was the best gift given to my partner. It was difficult learning to pump up at first, but when having foreplay, we now incorporate him. Sex with the penile implant feels exactly like before the implant within 3 to 6 months. Absolutely no difference to when I had a natural erection. Compared to where I was, this is even better. I feel more aroused, less trepidation of failure. There is no decrease in sensation. Now I feel confident I can please my wife. My sex confidence and ego have never been higher. Now, how about the partners? When I asked the partner, how does sex feel with the implant, these were some of the responses that we received. Sometimes it feels so good, he just leaves it inside me. We can't thank you enough for helping us bring life back sexually. The feeling is the same and so natural, just better. It feels the same. I have no discomfort and I could say our relationship is better. The implant helped us focus on each other. This is better than before because now we know we are both satisfied. We are so thankful. I've never had a more pleasurable sex life in my life. I've had up to 50 orgasms in one night. As you can see, the implant allows for a natural erection, and for the right patient, sex still feels as it should be. It feels good. In summary, we need to remember that with the penile implant, we are providing strength and support to the penis in order to allow a man to have sexual intercourse. Like with other treatments for erectile dysfunction, libido, arousal, glans engorgement, sensation, orgasm, and ejaculation depend on the individual and not the penile implant. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button below and consider subscribing to our YouTube channel for more content. If considering an implant, feel free to watch our other videos and contact us at the information provided in the description of this video. See you soon.